Hey everyone, welcome back. I was just piecing together the water pump, the alternator bracket, and the power steering and air conditioning compressor bracket back together. And then I did a bit of a double take because this is the bracket for my original 3.5 litre that was in the car, and I had given it a new paint, and I'd marked out the bolt holes and everything, and you can see down on there, that goes there. But then on the timing cover, just down there, the mounts are missing off the timing cover. I was like, that's a bit odd. So when I looked in the parts manual, the timing cover off a P6B 3.5 has a part here that's actually cast into it that comes out, and it has two holes in it, so you can bolt in there, and there's one behind this bit here. So this timing cover is off a Buick, apparently. Someone picked it out on the Rover forum because it's got this triangulated piece at the front here. So as in it goes there and on the other side and forms a triangle right there at the tip. So I don't think this timing cover will work on my conversion because I need this bracket for my power steering, because I need power steering because I have a power steering box in my car and all the lines and all the rest of it. So I was trying to keep power steering. So now I have to decide, do I want to stick with power steering and air conditioning, or am I going to have to change the timing cover, or somehow aluminium weld something on here, which is not going to happen. But I just had one of those moments where I just went, uh-oh, this is not going to work. So I'm going to go away and have a bit of a think, maybe go have a beer or two and cry in the corner that I now have to do some more work, and that for every one step forward, there is always 3 steps back on a engine conversion project or engine upgrade project. But I had gone out and bought new sealant for the 4 bolts that pass through the water galleries, sealant for the water pump gasket, new gaskets, and copper sealant for the actual gasket itself, and then some other bits and pieces today as well. And now it looks like all of this has to come apart anyway. So unless someone has got a bright idea in the comments that I'm missing, or there's a bracket that suits Australian cars that have air conditioning and power steering that will work with a Buick timing cover, yes, it looks like I'm going to have to take that timing cover off, which is not hard, famous last words, but it's just a bit more work than I wanted to do when I was so close to actually putting this back in the car. And here's the original 3.5 litre, and you can see what I mean. There's this bolt hole here, this bolt hole here, this extension, aluminium extension right here, and then there's the 2 bolt holes there for the side of the bracket. So yeah, it looks like I will have to take the 3.5 litre factory timing cover off and then transplant it over to the 4.6, and then swap in this pulley, take the 3.5 litre water pump, put it back onto the 3.5 litre timing case, swap the distributors over, and then hopefully there's nothing about spacers on the front of crankshafts or camshafts or anything like that. I don't think so, because it's going from a dizzy to a dizzy, and that's that spacer I'm talking about. I think you have to do that when you're going from AFI with no distributor to distributor. But yes, I won't know until I do a bit of Googling and speak to a few people and have a bit of a head scratch. But yes, that's really, really annoying. Anyway, okay. Tricks and traps for younger players. Okay, so timing cover debacles aside, a win. So with the clutch and the brake lines using the Same fluid reservoir on a manual. That's the OG Lockheed one. You can see it's got the dual outlets there. And that's the Rover type. This is actually off my automatic car, but that's the fluid sensing setup on the top there, the lid. The one that I got on the manual one was broken, so I was just going to pop that onto there. And then I was looking at going, do I really trust sort of 50-ish, whatever year old plastic? Looked around the internet and there were some places that had original ones of these but no sensor, and then other bits and pieces. Demon Tweeks was the cheapest one I found. If I looked up Lockheed, I found next to nothing. When I looked up AP Racing, that's where I found it. So yeah, Demon Tweeks, dual exit reservoir or dual exit fluid reservoir. And the best part is, if I can, one moment please, unscrew this. This screws straight into this. So I don't know, how's that? Yeah, it looks a bit tired, but I'm sure there's a better solution out there, and it would be nice to have the sensor on the lid. So if anyone knows where to get a new style lid with the sensor, that would be great. But in the meantime, I'm happy that I got a brand new fluid reservoir and cut to an engine bay shut. Oh, wait a second, before we do that, the part number you need is that. Reservoir with 2 outlets. And like I said, Demon Tweeks was the cheapest one I found, even posting it here to Australia. There we go. Bolted straight in on my fancy little lightweight modified bracket that I made. So if we come around here, I'm gonna have to get a bit creative there with the power steering line coming out of the steering box, but I'll sort that out. Go under there. Interesting. I wonder what the setup was for manual factory cars with this hose here, because it wouldn't have been that bad from the factory. Anyway, all right, that's it for this time. I'm going to have some kind of moment of divine inspiration for that timing cover. See you in the next one.